Coronation Street has lined up a worrying new drama for Daniel Osborne as he struggles to try and move on from his relationship with Megan Walsh. Viewers know that Megan was finally charged last week, after Will Driscoll gave a statement to police confirming that the teacher had groomed him. Meanwhile, Megan's ex, Daniel, has been struggling as of late and has even been suspended from work after an outburst at school. The teacher then told his dad, Ken, that he was going to the Lake District for a while, but he actually stayed in his apartment, where Jody Ramsey caught him. After Jody broke in using the key she had stolen, Daniel invited her to stay, and the pair seemed to bond. In scenes to air on Tuesday, May 19th, Daniel and Jody go to the cafe where they both put their foot in it while talking to Roy about the renovations. Nina then shows Daniel an online account called Truth Teller, which has been posting that Daniel knew about Megan and Will. The account also accuses him of grooming Summer and mentions the allegations made by Max Turner in 2021. Jody tells Daniel to ignore the account, but Daniel says he can't, as it could affect him going back to work. Roy then offers some advice, telling Daniel that responding will only encourage more messages. Will Daniel be able to ignore it? Coronation Street's producer Kate Brooks recently shared that several characters are set to be affected as Megan finally gets her comeuppance. Speaking about Daniel, Brooks shared, "With Daniel, he thought he'd met somebody who was on the same page as a teacher. Megan was apparently respectable, and Daniel has been completely duped by her. It completely makes him unravel." Rob Mallard, who plays Daniel, is such a phenomenal actor. We'll see Daniel slowly start to lose it, because he's wondering who to trust. He's been bitten so badly by this relationship. As Daniel was the one who defended Megan at first as well, he feels like he's let Will down and Birdie down. We're really going to chart the impact she's had on him and his life, and his attitude to relationships going forward. In Weatherfield, tension is quietly building again, and at the center of it all is Daniel Osborne, a man who has already been through more emotional storms than most could handle in a lifetime. Coronation Street is lining up a worrying discovery for the struggling teacher, and it looks set to pull him back into a dark, complicated chapter of his life that he thought he had finally left behind. Daniel has always been a character defined by intellect, sensitivity, and emotional depth. But those same traits have often made him vulnerable to heartbreak, grief, and poor decisions when life gets overwhelming. Recently, he has been trying to steady himself, focusing on his career, his responsibilities, and the fragile sense of stability he has built for himself and those around him. However, in true Weatherfield fashion, peace never lasts long. The upcoming storyline teases a discovery that threatens to shake Daniel's already fragile balance. It begins subtly. Small inconsistencies, unexplained behavior, and a growing sense that something is not quite right in his orbit. At first, Daniel tries to rationalize what he's noticing. He tells himself he's overthinking, that his past trauma is making him suspicious again. But the signs keep piling up, refusing to be ignored. Those close to him begin to notice a change. Daniel becomes distracted, withdrawn, and more anxious than usual. In the classroom, his focus slips. At home, he seems lost in thought, replaying conversations and moments that now feel loaded with hidden meaning. It is clear that whatever he is beginning to uncover is not just a minor issue. It is something that hits him at a deeply personal level. The worrying discovery itself appears to be tied to someone Daniel trusts, which makes the situation even more emotionally charged. Trust has always been Daniel's biggest weakness. He wants to believe the best in people, even when experience has taught him otherwise. That inner conflict, between hope and suspicion, becomes the emotional engine of this storyline. As the tension builds, Daniel starts quietly investigating on his own. He asks indirect questions, checks small details, and pieces together fragments of conversations that didn't seem important at the time. What he finds is unsettling enough to confirm his fears. Something has been hidden from him. Whether it involves deception, betrayal, or a truth that has been carefully buried, Daniel realizes he is no longer dealing with uncertainty. He is dealing with reality. What makes this twist so compelling is not just the discovery itself, but the emotional fallout that follows. Daniel is not a character who reacts with anger first. Instead, he internalizes everything. He questions his judgment, his relationships, and even his ability to understand people at all. This self-doubt becomes just as damaging as the external situation he is facing. The storyline also explores how Daniel's past continues to echo into his present. Longtime viewers know that he has endured immense trauma, including loss and complicated relationships that have left permanent marks on his emotional state. This new discovery threatens to reopen those wounds, forcing him to confront feelings he thought he had already processed. In many ways, it is not just about what he finds, it is about what it reawakens inside him. Meanwhile, those around Daniel begin to notice that something serious is unfolding, but they struggle to reach him. He withdraws instead of seeking support, convinced that he needs to handle it alone. This isolation only deepens the tension, as viewers can see him spiraling while others remain just outside the full truth. The show often excels at placing characters in morally and emotionally complex situations, and Daniel's current arc is no exception. There is no clear villain at first glance, only layers of misunderstanding, secrecy, and human imperfection. As more details emerge, the situation becomes increasingly difficult to define in simple terms. Was he deliberately deceived, or is he misinterpreting fragments of truth? That uncertainty keeps both Daniel and the audience in a constant state of tension. As the storyline progresses, Daniel is likely to face a crucial turning point. Either confront the person at the heart of the discovery or continue digging deeper until the full truth is unavoidable. Either path carries consequences. A confrontation could lead to explosive revelations and irreversible damage to relationships, while continued secrecy risks pushing Daniel further into emotional instability. What makes this arc particularly powerful is its grounding in realism. It reflects how people in real life often respond to betrayal or uncertainty, not with dramatic outbursts, but with confusion, hesitation, and emotional exhaustion. Daniel's journey is not just about uncovering a secret, it is about navigating the psychological weight that comes with it. The writers appear to be building toward a storyline that challenges Daniel's resilience more than ever before. He has survived emotional upheaval in the past, but this time feels different. This time, the threat is not just external, it is internal, tied to his own perception of reality and his ability to trust his instincts. As viewers watch Daniel inch closer to the truth, the suspense lies not only in what he will discover, but in how it will change him. Will he emerge stronger, having confronted yet another painful truth? Or will this be the moment that finally pushes him too far, reshaping his future in Weatherfield in unexpected ways? One thing is certain, Daniel Osborne's journey is far from stable, and the worrying discovery ahead promises to leave a lasting impact on both his life and the lives of those connected to him. In true Coronation Street style, nothing will remain the same once the truth finally comes to light. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Coronation Street Scoop News Update.